Capital News tonight. President Dr. Magufuli gives 30 days to government institutions that owe prisons to pay their debts. 35 Burundi nationals caught trying to cross the Kabanga border to meet with agents that were to transport them to other countries. And in sports, Yanga SC striker Michael Sapong says he feels no pressure to score in the Premier League. Good evening, this is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. First, the national news. President Dr. John Pombe Magufuli has directed all government institutions that owe the prisons force 10 billion shillings to begin to pay their debts within 30 days, or he will deduct the money directly from the treasury, while also giving 1 week to the Ministry of Finance and Planning to give them 3.68 billion shillings to complete prison projects, including quarters of the prison force. List down all the debts and take them to the Minister of Finance and his Secretary General. Every institution that has verified debts will be dealt with directly from the ministry, so that all the 10 billion shillings will be collected. Just give me 1 month. This exercise will be completed so that all institutions that you owe will pay. I urge all institutions that have unfinished business with the prison force must pay the force within 30 days before I start deducting the money through the treasury. Government money of about 2 billion shillings will be used in construction of furniture factory in Msalato, Dodoma. So far, over 800 million shillings was released, and the remaining amount will be completed by next week, so that this project is completed on time. Military Force Headquarters was constructed by us, where almost 900 million shillings was used for constructions, although its budget was 13 billion shillings. We are returning the rest amount of money to be allocated for other development projects like prison guards houses or purchase of agricultural equipment. Prison force is capable of feeding prisoners without relying on government budget. Before your term in office, Honorable President, the prison force received a 900 million shillings budget for meals. 35 citizens of Burundi have been arrested in Kagera region by officers of the Immigration Division while in the process of entering the country through Kabanga area in Karaga district, along the 4 other Tanzanians, leading them to agents that plan to transport them to other countries.
Alipopita Kobelo akaingia Kabanga aligonga mihuri ya passport.
Hoa chakobelo Kabanga ubara kugonga mihuri kwa passport.
Bara kunga kasije nigonge shireje.
Ni kwamba walimgongea lakini hakuongesha mwenyewe.
Tumebaini kwamba kuna watu wako upande wa Burundi.
We have discovered that there are people in Burundi who might be Tanzanians or not who are doing such business. Unfortunately, the suspects have not yet revealed the amount of money they spent to be transported to Tanzania. But it is said that one person pays up to 500,000 shillings for the service. As police force, we are determined to combat illegal immigrants, do or die.
Tutahakikisha kwamba tunapambana na swala la uhamiaji haramu kufa na kupona. Aluta continue.
The report into the collapse of the Beit Al-Ajab building in Zanzibar has shown there was misappropriation of funds, corruption, lack of construction experts and experts to oversee the project, causing the building's collapse on December 25th, 2020.
Ripoti imeonyesha kuwa ni miongoni mwa vianzilishi vya jengo kuanguka.
The report has released reasons for collapse of the building, including selection of a contractor, advisor, lack of expertise in such projects, poor supervision of the project. All this caused the building to collapse, while the project had spent 80% time of constructions with only 10% achievement of the project. All responsible in this project will be held accountable according to Public Workers Act.
Ujenzi wa miradi kama ile, lakini pia na udhaifu wa ufuatiliaji kwa watendaji ambao wanahusika na mradi huu.
Now, Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa has given 2 days to all councils whose officials live in cities to ensure that they have moved their councils before Saturday, adding that legal action will be taken against those who do not follow the directive. Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa said this in Parliament when answering Geita MP Joseph Musukuma question on what action has been taken to ensure employees of the councils go to their workstations.
Kipindi cha kuondoka kilishatamkwa na Mheshimiwa Rais.
They are supposed to leave immediately after this announcement. Honorable President's time frame that he gave is over. The responsible regional commissioner should act upon this announcement with immediate effect.
Spika, katika vitongoji 514 vilivyoko jimboni Ukerewe,
out of 515 wards in Ukerewe constituency, 238 of them have no electricity, while 276 wards have the challenge of power cuts.
Ni kweli kwamba kuna tatizo la umeme ambalo linafahamika katika maeneo ya Ukerewe.
It is true that there are some power challenges in Ukerewe district. The problem has been caused by the cable that runs underwater with approximately 700 meters is not ideal to pass underwater.
700 ambapo ndio sasa ile kebo inayopitisha umeme inapita majini na imekuwa ikipata shida kwa sababu sio ile kebo ambayo inatakiwa kupita kwenye maji.
Over 40,000 residents of Mbwade and Bwanye villages in Morogoro district are expected to have the challenge they face, having to walk for over 6 kilometers in search of clean and safe water, resolved following completion of Udombi water project, which has costed 500 million shillings in February 10th of this year.
Wananchi hao wanafanya kazi ya kuchimba na kufukia takriban.
Residents have dug almost 40 kilometers, which is a lot. These projects are expensive, although 500 million shillings was donated for the project. But still, residents have decided to participate in the exercise because they need water services.
Na kwenye wilaya yetu
residents have helped us in 3 projects that are all expected to be 100% in a few months to come. With all their efforts, we're looking forward to even complete the project faster than the expected duration.
Mkandarasi alitakiwa awe amemaliza utekelezaji wake tarehe 16.
Since 16th of December 2020, the contractor was expected to have handed over the project, but unfortunately due to several shortfalls, the project will be completed by February 2021.
Ambayo ni tarehe 10 ya mwezi wa pili.
Councillors of Magu District, Mwanza region have failed to reach an agreement of how to divide the new district of Kisesa that was announced by President Dr. John Pombe Magufuli last year during general election campaigns in the area.
Na tukapiga kula jana kwenye patikokasi. Tukapiga kula sisi kama waheshimiwa madiwani.
Members of DC of Gongolo Ward proposed that Sanjo Municipal, which has 7 wards, should be combined to form Kisesa district. They also said Magu district is complete. There is no need of adding more wards. In regard to economy, security and geographical issues, Mamanga and Chambula wards should remain in Magu district. Kandawe council members of DC also agreed on proposed bill of leaving Kisesa district as it is. In Kisesa ward, members of DC also said establishment of Kisesa district should consider set borders and propose Igekema or Kitumba of Kisesa wards to be headquarters of the district.
Liko swala la mipaka ya wilaya mpya. Nikushukuru.
What are we scrambling for? Tanzania has not remained the same. Previously, we used to have 8 regions, but right now there are about 32 regions with over 160 districts. This decision will help in simplifying administration work. I agree on the agenda of dividing Magu district to end in Kisesa. I say that because the move will help in improving our economic status. We cannot allow the border end of Magu district to be Mgashe. Even our president will be surprised if we shall make such a decision. As a chairman, I call upon a decision to be made according to the proposed bill. And the National Microfinance Bank NMB has said that they will continue to provide services in the education sector, both in urban and rural areas, by setting aside a percentage of their annual profits each year to help the society in various development activities.
Madawati haya tunayokabidhi leo ni moja ya ushiriki wetu katika maendeleo ya jamii.
This contribution is one among our social responsibility as a leading bank in Tanzania. It is our responsibility in ensuring that their surrounding community is benefiting something from profits we make. For a couple of years now, NMB has been in the forefront of supporting social development in the country, especially in the education and health sectors, as well as support the government during natural calamities. We do all these efforts since our clients comes from these communities, as giving back to the community is our tradition. These desks will be sufficient to our pupils. However, financial challenges is one among our problem in completing some of infrastructures, so that the classrooms will be ready by 28th of this month. We urge all key stakeholders to support us in completing constructions of these 8 classrooms. All pupils are responsible in protecting these assets. Otherwise, in a few years to come, your fellow brothers and sisters will not benefit from this donation.
Vinginevyo baada ya miaka 2-3 na mmesikia hapa risala iliyosoma bado kuna upungufu.
And that is the end of national news. International news follows next. And in international news, the government of Rwanda has postponed the local government elections, which were to take place on the 28th of this month due to the coronavirus pandemic. The Minister of Local Government in the country, Professor Shaka Anastase, said that the current leaders will continue to hold various positions until the coronavirus situation is controlled and the local government elections are held.
If we look at all districts of this country, there are so many people infected. It's obvious we cannot think of election. If we accept the election to take place, then there will be an increase in COVID-19 infections. I was captured in Uganda, and I thought I'm a spy from Rwanda. I was imprisoned in Kisoro, later in Mbarara and in Kampala.
Veteran opposition leader in Uganda, Dr. Kizza Besigye, has called on the international community to intervene in the political tensions taking place in the country after the January 14th general election. Dr. Besigye says the time has come for President Yoweri Museveni to be removed from office through peaceful means without bloodshed.
Hali ya mateso, watu ambao wameuawa na waendelea kuuawa kila siku ni wengi.
A lot of people are dying. Thousands and thousands are still in prison. They are not in police, but rather in military bases and in different unknown houses called safe houses. being tortured, and others found dead in streets. So we want to tell the people in our country and the world that we must get rid of this situation.
Na mayumba mbalimbali ambaye hayajulikani yaitwaye safe houses.
The Ministry of Internal Affairs, Security and Community Development in Burundi has banned middlemen activities, saying that they contributed to hindering development. The ministry has taken the decision after many parts of the country witnessed price hikes at livestock markets caused by middlemen, sellers and buyers failing to agree on prices.
The brokers of plots and houses should be stopped because they do not have the capital. They are thieves. How is it possible leaving home with just a stick and come back with a lot of money? Is the reason for price inflation.
President Uhuru Kenyatta has led Kenyans in commemorating the first anniversary since the death of former President Daniel Arap Moi at Kabarak area in Nakuru County. Other leaders present at the occasion, former Deputy President Musalia Mudavadi and Kalonzo Musyoka.
Mzee Moi respected everybody. Na vile tumesikia pia na ni kweli. Mzee Moi alikuwa na marafiki katika viwango mbali ya society yetu ya Kenya. But truly, Moi was a father to this country, was a father to many of us. Alitumikia mzee wangu miaka 17 kwa heshima kubwa sana. Sana mpaka wakati wake ukafika. Akaendelea kuongoza wa Kenya kwa heshima kwa miaka 24 na akawacha na heshima.
And that is the end of international news. Business news follows shortly after the break. We'll be right back.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
We believe that the driver is the customer.
To change the mindset of traditional HR to the digitalization.
Make sure that everybody can get some access to financial services.
And once we understand the vision of our leaders, we then need to be behind them and help them in achieving that vision.
Business have involved mercantile operations, trade guilds, or shared agricultural production, infrastructure, construction, financial sectors, tourism, and mining. Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
And in business news tonight, Tanzania Revenue Authority in Morogoro has said that there are still some business people who have not accepted use of electronic fiscal devices despite the system's capacity to keep records on their accounts.
I'm calling upon citizens to ask for receipts whenever necessary and to make sure that the receipts are valid. You'll also find the number and time. Any business person that will be caught, serious measures will be taken as they have been stipulated in the laws, because you will be going contrary to the government.
Oil palm farmers and processors at Luiche River Basin in Kigoma Ujiji Municipal have urged the government and development stakeholders to help them access modern technology so as to produce good quality products.
teknolojia ya mashine.
If we could get a more advanced technology like that of Burundi, they get different type of oil using the same type of machine. We should look at this into detail. The technology is not friendly. We are losing a lot of palm tree oil during the process. SIDA has a lot of responsibility in helping the producers of palm oil tree. We already have a technology, and now we want to develop machines. We have 4 different types of machines that can be used throughout the process, so people should be aware of the technology.
And Tanzania Forest Service TFS has invited local and foreign investors to invest in the forest tourism, particularly in providing hospitality services in order to increase the number of tourists in conservation areas.
Sasa demand ya kuruhusu uwekezaji imekuja kwamba kuna mtu anataka akae, kwa mfano kama nilivyosema, mtu anasema anataka kukaa nijifunze.
The demand for investment. Some people want to stay and learn about animal behaviors. It takes day and night, and the cost of doing that is huge. And so, we thought of allowing this type of investors to stay.
Uwezo wa kuingia kwenye hizi nature reserve, basi tutakuwa kama tour operators, tutakuwa na uwezo.
As tour operators, we will be having a lot of tourists going into the nature reserve. We expect to get a lot of information so that we can invest in our reserve.
Kuweza kufanya uwekezaji katika hizi nature reserve.
And that is the end of business news. Sports news follows shortly.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's going to be dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's going to be dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Opposition, Joaquinho, he did lose to Lynn.
Welcome back, and in sports news. Yanga Sports Club Central striker Michael Sapong says there is no pressure for him to score in the Premier League since the team is winning, and that is more important.
It's been a great journey in the first round. This hasn't been bad. We try to keep our composure. We are on the top, so I think we have to keep on going and we keep our momentum. Our team is very solid and strong. We are getting to our level. We are our dreams. So we've got one out of the treble. So 2 more trophies to go.
Uganda under 20 recorded a 1-0 win over their Tanzanian counterparts in Wednesday's pre-African Cup of Nations showdown at Chamazi Sports Complex.
Richard Basangwa scored the only goal that separated the 2 participants of the pre-AFCON tournament that also involves Namibia. There was not much action in the first half as both teams played cautiously and few attacks were launched. Tanzanian Simba Sports Club's David Kameta was yellow-carded in the 25th minute as Uganda looked determined to venture forward, unlike in the opening matches. They were rewarded with a rather deserving opener in the 43rd minute when Basangwa found the back of the net after he collected a cross from Bobosi Yaruhanga.
Jesse Lingard is pleased to have struck up an instant rapport with his new teammates at West Ham as he marked his debut for the club with 2 goals to take down Aston Villa last night.
Lingard had endured a torrid start to the season with Manchester United, failing to make a single Premier League appearance under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer during the first half of 2020-21. The 28-year-old was subsequently farmed out on loan to West Ham at the end of January in the hope of regaining first-team action. If his debut is anything to go by, David Moyes may have pulled off a transfer master stroke in bringing the winger to East London. Lingard scored twice in the Hammers' 3-1 triumph at Villa Park, with Thomas Soucek also finding the net for the visitors, and the winger revealed after the game that he already feels comfortable in Moyes' starting 11.
Jose Mourinho believes that managing Chelsea can't be too hard because he and multiple other coaches have won titles at Stamford Bridge in recent seasons. Here's more on the story.
Mourinho will have his first chance to take on new Chelsea boss Thomas Tuchel tonight when Spurs host the Blues in North London. Guy's boss made his name at Stamford Bridge after joining from Porto in 2004 Premier League titles over 2 separate stints in charge. But Mourinho is not the only manager to bring a league title to Chelsea recently, as he pointed out before his current side's clash with his former employers. Chelsea have been far from title contention in recent months, with Frank Lampard sacked last week following a dismal run of form that saw the Blues lose 5 of 8 matches in the league.
And Ajax have confirmed that they have accidentally left club record signing Sebastian Haller out of their Europa League squad. Here's more.
Haller was brought in from West Ham last month, with the striker joining their V's Giants in a €22.5 million transfer from the Premier League outfit. The Ivory Coast international has started well for Ajax, scoring 2 goals and adding 4 assists in 6 league appearances thus far. But it appears that the 26-year-old is in danger of being unable to represent his new side in European competition this season, with the club confirming the mistake in a statement to AD.
And that sports item ends on his bulletin for tonight. My name is Khadija Zimba. Thank you for watching and good night.
You can watch Capital News live on our social media accounts, YouTube Capital TV and Facebook Capital Television Tanzania from Monday to Friday at 9:30 p.m. Don't forget to subscribe and put notification on.
Traveling to Tanzania is a very amazing experience because all the national parks are incredible.
We are here for a fun trip.
In Tarangire, in Serengeti, in Eyasi Lake, in Ngorongoro.
It was an amazing experience because I was very near from the lions, and for me it's incredible.
Tanzania is open. I will tell travelers that if they are willing to have an experience after the lockdown,